So first I'll just tell you what all trades I took for the day. The first trade was somewhere near bar 14, the inside bar. I took an MPV trade because I had some other work to attend to, so I just entered and placed my stop loss and target. My target was 2 times my risk, but since I was not going to watch the screen and everything, I reduced my risk. And by the time I came back, it was already retracing back from the 1 hour target. So I just exited somewhere around my break even, a bit below my break even, but close to break even. I'll show the trade later on. The second trade was here, bar 25. Okay, bar 25, sorry, bar 21. Yeah, L2. It was not a great signal bar. I would have liked it to be a bear significant trend bar, but it was not. So again, I reduced my risk here. The next trade was bar 31 for the L2. If I have to show. So these were the first two trades. The first trade ended up going and hitting my profit target of 2 hours later on. But yeah, stop loss was hit here. I got in here somewhere and then exited somewhere here. The second trade, yeah, if you can see the second trade, I actually got in as soon as the bar closed. This bar closed, but still my order got placed somewhere here. So there's this issue still. And if you see the volume, it's not like it's thin or anything. It's too much of a discrepancy still. It's like 121.3k orders, and mine was around 500 something ish quantity, but still it got filled somewhere here, 275 ish. Then I was like, okay, if it comes back, I'll just exit at the break even price. But it again exited a bit below. If you see, it exited all the way down here. So these were the first two trades. Risk was small here. The last one I took 1 hour, yes, but yeah. So this is the last one which I took. Here, if you see again, for some reason, I was actually, entering here when it's about to close in the last 3 seconds or 2 seconds, I placed the order, but somehow it got filled a bit early. I don't know what's happening. And then I was trading on phone because I was not at screen, so I exited somewhere here. I was actually waiting for a 3 hour kind of a thing, but it did not happen. And my 1 hour risk on this account is supposed to be 4,000, but for some reason, yeah, I didn't calculate it properly and it was low too. So technically I exited at 2 hour, but let's say this was my entry, then it was like 1.2-ish or something. So I was hoping it will go to 2 hour on this risk. But based on my entry, when I place it somewhere here, it was hitting 2 hours. So I was like, okay, anyways, I'm not looking at the screen, so I'll just exit. So if I have to go to the bar by bar explanation, small gap down, tested yesterday's low also on the first bar itself. If you think that this is a big bear bar and this is a PIB bar, yeah, it's good. You're getting two consecutive bull bars, one being a significant trend bar and a volatile pullback. If this is the spike, bear spike, the gap down, now all of a sudden you're getting two huge bear bull bars closing. One is closing near its high and one is okayish closing, but you get the you know both bars are volatile and it's not good for the pullback structure. Now third bar is a doji bar again. So third bar is a doji bar. So it's fourth and fifth. If you see it's some sort of a triangle too. Sixth bar broke out and then apex got tested. If you say this is the triangle, the apex got tested on bar 7 after breakout bar 6. Still nothing to do actually. Wedge test of EMA, not ideal structure, not a good signal bar also. And Fazal was asking me this doubt in the chat. So is bar 10 L2 signal bar? It's not actually, because it's not even decent closing. It doesn't have a decent closing. Also, it's a wedge kind of a pattern. So it doesn't come under L2 pullback, but you can trade it like a wedge pullback. You're getting a bear breakout and then a wedge flat test of EMA. So that is a okay trade. For some reason, bears consider this as a significant trend bar and this as an NPB bar. They got their first significant trend bar on the downside. Now, yesterday I told you that there is 90% odds of success if you buy a bull significant trend bar or sell a bear significant trend bar. But based on where you're selling it and where you're buying it, that increases the odds of success. It's not like, okay, this is also a bull significant trend bar, this is also bull significant trend bar, but is there enough room for it to give you a minimum of 1:1 risk to reward? Because most of the times you are not going to get 1:1 risk to reward. And if you have resistance levels close by, it again adds to failure. So it's better to, I'll explain those things later, but for now, keep in mind, if you're beneath the EMA, 20 EMA, it's better to short than to buy. As a generic rule, it's not, given. Those who sold bar 11 got this scalp, maybe a bit more. Bar 14 is again a micro pullback, MPB1, MPB2. Now this is also a doji bar, MPB3, MPB4. So if you haven't got out here, by MPB3, you are exiting one tick above the bull bar side. This was the bull bar. You are exiting one tick above the bull bar side. So 17th bar will be your exit bar if you are trading discretionary. Now, okay, L2, not a great L2, even on the Nifty index, if you see. Okay, here it is again a wedge kind of a pullback, not a L2, but the signal bar is too good. So I was like, okay, whatever, even if this is not good, let's see. I will take a bet with low risk and it didn't pan out. Now, bar 22 is a good breakout bar for bears. Spike 1. If you say the gap down was spike 1, this is spike 2, this is spike 3. Now, huge reversal bar on the upside and inside bull bar. So if at all bears were strong, why are they letting bulls make money? Something is wrong, right? And in the structure, if you see, we are still the first 5-minute candle of the day on the Nifty 50 index chart. This is the low, and on the futures chart, this was the low and it got violated here. So something's not right again. I don't know, maybe because we are in the weekend Friday and traders are trading it differently. I don't know what the reason is, but yeah, yesterday it was following very well. Today again this discrepancy started. So let's see what happens. But at least the closing is good enough, not too bad. The price action part is a bit worrying. Maybe it will be set in 2-3 days. Let's see. So deep and volatile pullback after this huge breakout bar, not a good sign. Again a failed failed L2. Now if you take this failed L2 and hope for a 3R, maybe it will work, maybe it won't. I'm not saying, this is, if I was not in this L2 trade, maybe I would have taken this H2 or failed L2 trade. But if I have to explain when to take the failed H2 or the failed L2 trades, keep a generic view. The EMA has to be, very far away from price action, and the pullback structure itself has to be clean or compact. For example, After this spike down, this is a compact pullback. There is no, there is just a time correction. There is no price correction. If at all, after this weak bear bar, I got a good signal bar on the bull side, a strong closing significant trend bar, I would have traded the failed L2. Why? Because it's a compact pullback. Here, since the volatility has increased, it's not an ideal setup for you to, risk 1,000 rupees and hope for a 3,000 kind of a profit. So all those factors I'll explain later, but for now, keep in mind, volatility overall in a pullback structure is not always good. You can say, okay, this is volatile, but the structure is still beautiful. Yes, I agree, it's very good. But who is getting trapped here? Let's say you shorted somewhere here or here for some reason. Now you have to get out. Okay, you're getting out. That's why bulls are also, scalping up and they're making money. Apart from that, is there any, you know, if I say here and you see a bull bar closing on its high somewhere here, what's happening? Same thing, but here bulls were not making money at all, right? Or they were not showing strength. All of a sudden, after you shorted this L2, they are getting trapped. Or if somebody else is shorting L2, they are getting trapped seeing this pullback. Here is the trap there. You got a L1 and no L2. So all these observations we will do later. So bar 27 is again you're getting a bull significant trend bar, failed L2 after two spikes, and the second spike is weak, deep retracement by bulls. So this is a good scalp. Although we are beneath the 20 EMA, it's still a good scalp. Depending upon the context and distance from EMA, this trade was not so good. This trade is still good. So once we start back testing all those things, that will be much clearer for you. Okay, now you can argue that this is a big bear trend bar. Why isn't it having a second leg? People will argue that this was spike leg 1 and spike leg 2 in the scalping, or let's ignore the spike, let's just call it leg 1, pullback leg 2. Inside bar, inside bar. Now this is a good failed H2 or failed L2. Sorry, not a failed H2 or L2, just an L2. Now again, see how the structure is forming. Not ideal, but okay, decent enough M pattern. There is no bear bar here, and there is no, technically there is no L1. So you will be calling this as technical L2. This will come under the variations. But keep in mind that this bar has already went above the previous spike's high. If I say this was spike 1, spike 2, spike 3 for bears, and this bar 27 went above the high of the spike 3 itself. So spike got invalidated. If at all where bears were strong, they wouldn't be letting such bars print for the bulls, and this kind of a deep pullback and then technical L2 wouldn't be happening. So even if you're getting in here, it's good to scalp out rather than hope for a swing down. I think it did give a swing profit, but still not ideal. So here I was not observing all these points on the phone. I just saw that, okay, this was a technical L2. I took the shot when it was closing, and at bar 37 or something, I don't remember. Yeah. Okay, bar 36. On bar 36 is where I exited it. So actually I did a good job, given that I was not looking at the screen. This is MPB1, MPB2. So I had one more bar to exit, maybe MPB3, then I should have exited given all this context. So those who took this trade and they were hoping for a swing down, they didn't get their swing down. If they were hoping for leg 1 pullback leg 2, they got their leg 1 pullback leg 2. Now if you ignore this bear spike, even then you're getting spike 1 maybe let's say this both are culminated as a spike 2 and then a spike 3, or you are going to say spike 2, spike 3, and then whatever. You are getting three spikes, or yeah, in one direction as a bear, in a bear trend. So again, a climatic wedge bottom. Then you're getting a weak breakout above the EMA. Price is closing above the EMA, but is the minor leg reversal by bulls, is it strong or weak? I would say very weak in this case. Even on the index, it was not so great, I guess. Okay, on the index, it's okay, but it's still not great. If you get a micro channel kind of a breakout above EMA, that adds to the strength of a major trend reversal. So weak minor leg, retest of the recent lows, and then you're getting a bull significant trend bar, a strong one in fact. So this is good for a scalp. I wouldn't bet for a swing up. Why? Because the minor leg is not so great. And for some reason, even if you were ignoring this and still hoping for a swing, you should be worrying once bar 52 is forming. You're right now in a trading range. Why in a trading range? Last third spike PIB is here, bar 38. Now we are still in a PIB kind of a structure. If you are saying, okay, we have turned into a bull trend, nothing of the sort is happening yet. You're getting a bull breakout bar, there is no follow through, there is no higher high, higher low structure. Price just fell back and still behaving like a trading range price action. So maybe those who bought in for a scalp here, they saw pullback and elect to. Maybe they bought one tick below the bear bars low, hoping that this was a trading range, or an inside bar. This is an inside bar, so maybe they bought one tick above this bar high, or a bull bar, all the way to weak bull bar. They scaled in here and they bought out here. It depends upon how they are scalping. Now again, what is this structure? What does it tell you? There is no proper structure. If you're only scalping as it is a trading range, then all good. Now again, bulls got trapped. They got their two legs up. So maybe those who want to short this, close and scale in somewhere here, maybe they are making money. Okay. Now what's the structure? Let's say this was spike 4, right? Or if you're adding the gap down as a breakout spike, then spike 1, spike 2, spike 3, spike 4, spike 5. If you're ignoring it, then spike 4. Now after so many consecutive spikes, which is weak in nature, no, okay, this was decent enough breakout. This, okay, I would say decent, but given the fact that mm, spike 2 had a deep pullback and invalidation, I wouldn't call this strong or decent. And if you see, the range of the bar is consecutively decreasing. You got a breakout bar, follow through bar, and then a small bear bar. Although it's saying it is at least 50% of the recent significant trend bars range, that is why it's getting highlighted in the with a red border. It's still not great enough, and you're getting multiple MPBs, and then again a weak pullback, then a strong pullback, kind of a trading range price action. Now it's a expanding triangle on some smaller time frame. So all the signs are leading to trading range price action. And even if this 61, you're considering it to be a PIB bar, look what's happening. You're not getting a good M pattern also, you're not getting a good W pattern also. In fact, this is like, it is kind of printing a W pattern, but it's not good enough. This is not a significant trend bar. This is a significant trend bar, but where is the high of the trading range? Maybe this region, right? Top thread region. So if you're buying the close of this bar, be wary and exit quickly. So that's it for the day. Any doubts here? Okay. So I'll just do a quick weekly recap. August 3rd, huge gap up. PAB bar, he initially would have bought this as a MPB breakout entry, or sorry, MPB pullback entry, considering or hoping that this pause bar would turn into a micro pullback bar, but it turned out to be a PAB bar. That's fine. Price still headed higher. We didn't take this trade, or I didn't take this trade. Uh, Multiple leg up, it's okay, it's decent enough, but more than 33 bars have passed without the test of EMA, and now instead of a constructive H2, it's giving me a failed H2 setup. So I shorted this bar 33, stop loss got hit, then a last leg up for the bulls. Maybe L. Brooks will call this as final flag, and then last leg up, and then a micro double top or a failed H2 pattern. So I shorted this bar, made 5R, I guess, I forget. So that was it. Those were the two trades for me. Then price made a wedge bottom here. Good reversal bar for a scalp up. There was no trade again here. This was the second day of the week. Big down, big up, trading range price action. You're getting multiple inside bars, and then a bear, strong bear bar closing near its low. But there was a lot of discrepancy between the Nifty 50 index chart and the futures chart. So 4th August again, this bar, maybe this bar was the reversal bar. Yeah, bar, okay, bar 11 was the reversal bar. This bar was the reversal bar on the futures chart. And if you see here, although it is a big down, big up, it is not, a double top kind of a pattern. On the futures chart, it was, so I was not trading. I didn't take any trade this day. And the next good trade was once it broke out below the low, pull back. This was MPB1. This trade also I didn't take. This was MPB2. This was MPB1 breakout. Not an ideal L2. If you want to trade this, it's okay. You can trade it, but I wouldn't be trading it. But that also led to a 3-hour profit. Those were the only trades for the day. Then we went into a tight channel and then pull back. Now, August 5th, again, there was some mismatch with the chart. If you see, this is August 5th again. On the open, you can see that this is creating a double top, and here it's like huge gap up, strong and deep pullback. So maybe for the bears, it's, although we are still in a bull trend, for the bears, it's still a minor trend, right? So if you want to trade it, you'll be thinking like spike 1, pullback, spike 2, breakout, pullback, spike 3. So I was testing the waters here, shorting this bar. On options chart, it hit the stop loss, but in both Nifty 50 and futures chart, it did not hit. That's fine. You're getting a wedge bottom. And 5th August, which I told after this swing, I took this scalp. Apparently, due to the, I don't know, when I'm placing the order, it's executing a bit late. Previously, I never experienced this in Dun, at least. It was quite quick. It used to place orders within milliseconds. Maybe something is wrong with their server or too many orders, I don't know. So apparently I bought at a rate higher than I sold it here. So this scalp was also a loss. So first day we were up 4R. One was a loss and the second trade was 5R, I guess. The second day I did not take any trades. Third day, the first one was a loss. Not a huge loss, but okay, let's say it is still 1R. Then where else did I trade? This is the second trade I took. Spike, compact pullback, L2. This gave me 4.5R. So 4R, 3R, and 4.5. So 7.5R. Okay. I don't know. I have to check. I'm guessing here. Maybe in the chat I have texted properly. It should be around 6 actually. I should be up around 6 to 7 right now. August 6th again. Okay, I couldn't upload it on YouTube because, after I hit the end recording, I closed the application abruptly, and it told me that the file is corrupted, so we lost that session. So The only trade which I took was this L2. This is not a good L2, so my risk was 0.25% of my account size, and that also didn't pan out. Given all the charges, let's say I'm up 5R here, and then I took this MPB break even-ish kind of a trade. It was around 200 or something loss, I guess. I don't know. I don't remember. The second trade again was bar 31. Okay, I took three trades. Sorry. So this was the first trade with the break-even exit. This was the second trade. I took this L2 too. Okay. This was a mistake on my analysis. This is not a good entry. So the second trade which I took for the day, yeah, wrong analysis. If the analysis is right and you're still losing money, that's still far better than you doing mistake in the analysis part or over trading, or you had profits in the beginning of the day and now you want to, you took a consecutive loss and you want to get that money back. All those things are bad for you. So yeah, this is not a good signal bar, neither it's a good setup. This is a wrong trade. Okay. Then we got this L2. This was okay trade. I exited somewhere bar 36 as I told you. So mostly I'm up 6 RR, I guess. I'll have to see the statement later on. Post all the charges, maybe it should be around 6. Now